Welcome to the Improved Production New South Wales YouTube channel. I'm here today with 2018 champion for Improved Production New South Wales, Michael King. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Fantastic, thank you for having us. We're going to talk a little bit about his Mitsubishi Evo 8 and how he's come to be 2018 champion.
We did a couple of years and quickly found out that the strengths and weaknesses of the Evo, and we just had to play to them as much as we could. In a straight line, we weren't so quick, but we knew we could get out of the corners and things like that pretty fast, so we just had to make the car work for what we wanted. And a year off saw us do some extensive work on the car and just sort of tuning it and seeing it up the way we wanted. It's paid dividend. Early on, we worked out that the brakes package, the Brambos on the car were good for about 8 to 10 laps. So we upgraded brakes to some fairly good AP racing brakes in the front, and that alone has got time out of the car. We went to the MCA Golds suspension setup.
Triple adjustable, double adjustable, do you change it, do you not?
Yeah, we muck around with it. Like we got settings like we run for at Eastern Creek and also Wakefield Park, so as soon as I get down there I know where to set the car. If it rains, it's a different story.
Yeah.
And sometimes the track's just different. You get down there and you got to tweak the car slightly, and with the MCAs that we've got in it, we can do that.
And you were saying before, Borg Warner turbocharger went on it, started this year, was it? Or
yeah, well that's the thing, like with the restrictor on the turbo, it brings a lot of parity to the category. At first I wasn't a big fan of it, but I can see why it's there. We had to do some real hard thinking around the turbo because bigger doesn't mean better. So we actually went for the smallest Borg Warner turbo we could find.
And you were telling me as well before, standard RS gearboxes and diffs.
Yes, yep. So the car runs a standard 5-speed Mitsubishi gearbox. Yep. It runs the RS rear diff in it.
Yep. So limited split front and back.
Yep.
Yep.
So the car is basically how it was sold originally, except for some upgrades of brakes and suspension.
So standard diff, standard gearbox,
yep.
crate motor,
yep.
bigger turbo, restrictor.
Yep.
And away you go.
Smaller turbo.
Smaller turbo. There's something in there.
Yep.
And I had a quick look. Motec dash and computer in it.
Motec M800.
Yep.
More recently, we put the camera in just to get some footage, try to improve my driving because that's probably the weak point. And yeah, look, it's a good little package that we're quite happy with.
Yep.
It's a pleasure to drive the car. It's great.
Very fast. It looks like it's on rails. Wheels and tyres. What's on it?
Got the Works Emotions. I think they're 18x8s. 265 Yokohama. I think Yokohama category sponsors, so we have to run those, but they're a brilliant tyre.
Control tyre, medium compound. Yep. So for that car, obviously.
Yes.
Best part of the car. Where does it perform?
Braking.
All about the brakes.
Braking in and out of the corners. It's a rocket ship, and that's the strength of the Evo, and you've got to play to it.
Obviously, a lot of success this year. You won almost every race. I think you were on pole almost every time. So at Wakefield the things are rocket. Eastern Creek, a little bit more parity, longer straights, some of the V8s are a bit closer and that sort of stuff. Is there a case of you need to try and work on the top speed as well, or is it just let's keep playing to the Evo strengths?
Yeah, look, there's a few corners at Eastern Creek, so we had this thought that we can get into the corner and out of the corner quicker than the big power V8 guys. We should have enough of a lead on them by the time we get the straight. And there might be some sneaky RX-7s around the place trying to push us along a bit. And look, in a straight line, that's our weak point. I think if we can get half a car length out of each corner, add it up over 12, 13 odd corners, I think it is. It adds up, and that's what we're going to keep playing with. We've got some ideas around gearbox ratio, so final drives in the gearbox, so we might run a slightly different gearbox next year for Eastern Creek in the longer track, and just still keep playing that low to mid power range, in on the brakes really hard, see how we go.
And so it's a reasonably standard package at the moment, but there's room to just tweak things here and there, and that's where the success has come from. So it's a pretty basic sort of a car. Obviously you've got the Motec to make sure it's reliable, and then what you've done is you've tweaked the suspension, tweaked the shock, all that sort of stuff, and improved your driving, and that's how you've ended up winning the championship.
Exactly. The closer we kept the car to a standard platform, the more reliable it becomes.
Keep it simple.
Yep, keep it really simple. We even thought of a sticker going on the back of the car saying, just keep it standard. And throughout the workshop now, everyone says, every time I go in, I go, I want to change something. They go, no, just keep it standard.
And you found that within the club, camaraderie is pretty good. The drivers are pretty good. The guys are pretty good.
Fantastic. When we first started, I think probably 99% of the guys come over, introduce themselves, said hello, offered help. if there's any issues. And we all got along at House on Fire and still do. You don't need to see each other every day. You get to the track every couple of months and it's like your best mates.
Yep, wind each other up, give each other heaps.
Bit of banter.
Anyone that you need to thank who's helped you?
Oh, mate, IPRA to start with, yourself, and all the crew, all the guys that volunteer their time, all the officials and volunteers at the track. Dash Sport, Darren, Ash and Jackson, my teammate Steve for always being there and helping us out when we need to clean the car or lay around and talk rubbish. Wife and kids, obviously, they've been good enough to let me get away and do these things and chase the dream of actually winning a championship.
Yep, and you did. And tuners or anybody else who's helped you along the way that you need to sponsors or plug or anyone?
I don't think you can go past Phil Armour as a tuner. He's fantastic at what he does, and he volunteers his time at the track. He comes over and helps you out whenever he needs. Couldn't be a better guy around for that sort of thing. Yep. So he's been fantastic. Sponsor-wise, I don't really have any.
Yeah.
So if you're looking, I self-sponsor. So I think IP is one of those categories where if you're currently running in a super sprint type scenario and looking to step up into some door-to-door competition, it's certainly a good starting platform. It's easy to get into, and the good thing about IP is that you get that freedom to play with the car a little bit more than most categories you allow. So the rules are quite good. There's a lot of parity amongst them, but it's a matter of getting out and having a crack.